Once Bitten here at the Battle Report. So this is a game I played the other night, my Beast Herds versus an Ogre Khans army. You've seen these models before quite frequently, I'm sure, if you watch my channel. The guy I'm playing is a good friend of mine. He was actually the what's called the Southern Overlord this last year. So in the Mid-Atlantic region, he was the #1 player. He's a fantastic player. Um, he hasn't played too many games of Ninth Age though, so he's read the rules, but he hasn't played too much. So yeah, I thought he'd give it a go, and let's review the list. Starting on the right, so he's got 2 units of tribesmen, used to be called bulls in another gaming system. Both full command, both have iron fists. The iron fists, you'll have to forgive me during this report, but a lot of times I was evaluating this ogre's army book because it's the first time I played against it. Iron fists are, I think, pretty darn good considering their low cost. They give you, +1 armor save. They also act as an extra hand weapon for an extra attack, and because it's extra hand weapon, they also give you +1 initiative. At least that's the way we understood it. If we're wrong, let me know. But for what they cost, +1 armor save, +1 attack, +1 initiative, are you kidding me? Those things were very, very nice. In between those 2 units, he has a saber-toothed tiger. When compared with 8th edition saber tusks, these things have a major, major flaw. They went up in price a little bit from 21 points to 35 points. They've got a major flaw, which you'll see in just a few minutes. So this list, all his characters are right here. He's got 3 spellcasters and a battle standard bearer. The level 4 has Lore of Butchery. He has +1 to cast and dispel and a ward save. He's got 2 level 2 Lore of Fires equipped, as you can see. And then he's got a battle standard bearer. Like a 2-up armor save. He's got 1 reroll with it. You have to reroll ward saves against him, and he's got that dang Iron Fist. Next to them, got a unit of mercenary veterans, full command. They have a brace of ogre pistols. They've got those Iron Fists. They've got the dragon skin banner, so you're rerolling 1s when you charge. And behind it, he's got a frost mammoth. And then to the very far left, he has another saber-tooth tiger. So the beasts. Starting on the right, I've got a Jabberwock, I've got a Beast Giant, I've got another Beast Giant, and I've got the Gortak. I love this. I built this list trying to see if I could do a monster mash list, and as long as you don't take any upgrades, you can fit 4 monsters into your rare barely. It's exactly 625 points. So I like it. I thought I didn't really want to keep these guys near his mercenaries because they have poison. So they're all the way over here, and I like the idea of just ganging up on this rightmost bull unit. It's his weakest unit, and then see where we go from there. I've got a unit of 9. I think it's supposed to be 9 minotaurs, 5 in front, 4 in back. No upgrades whatsoever. They have full command. Other than that, no extra weapons or banner or anything else. So then I have a unit of 10 men-at-arms. So we've conscripted them. They have all the stats and rules of mongrels. I don't have any mongrel models. Actually, I think I do have some in a box. I need to assemble them, and I just haven't felt like doing that. So that's a problem. But for now, I'm just gonna proxy men-at-arms. Then I've got a horde of, I believe, 48 wild horns. No upgrades whatsoever. No magic banner. No extra hand weapon. Just them. And with them, you can see the big yellow banner. That's my battle standard bearer. He's got a 3-up armor save. He strikes at initiative 0, and he has the beast banner. The whole unit's +1 strength. Next to him, I have a beast lord. This guy has a 2-up rerollable armor save. He gets to reroll failed rolls to wound. You have to reroll your ward save. And I think there's something else, but whatever. That's the biggie stuff. So I'm really curious because I see a lot of people on the Beast Herds forums, or at least a few very vocal people, complaining about these guys, about how base strength 3 just doesn't cut it, about having the Beast Banner, the guy with only 3-up armor save, he can't survive. So I thought in all fairness I'd have to try it. I've got a hero level Centaur character. This guy has a 40-point bolt throw. He's basically a mobile bolt thrower, which is pretty sweet. And this bolt thrower has no modifiers to hit. Ballistic skill 4. So on a 3-up, you get hit with a strength 6 bolt thrower. Range is only 18 inches, but I think that's fine. I've got another 10 mongrels. These mongrel units, by the way, they have banners, nothing else. They're made just to seize objectives. but in this game we're not playing with secondary objectives, so they were kind of pointless. I've got a Razor Tusk in front of them, proxied by Dragon Ogre models, as I always do. I've got a Raiding Chariot here on the left, very poorly positioned, by the way. Got another Razor Tusk. I've got a unit of 20 mongrels with spears. I put this in the list just in case I went against cavalry. I don't think these things will kill cavalry, but they're not too many points. If I can get the matchup against them, I might be able to, steal a knight or two away because of their lethal blow benefit of spears. Behind that, I've got one of my favorite models I've made. He's a spellcaster that I made from a Minotaur model, because when I field an all Minotaur list and I want a spellcaster, I want to keep to the theme. This guy, he's a level 1 Lore of Shadows. He has miasma. I don't even roll for my spells. I'm taking miasma. He's going to hide behind this hill, 48-inch range, and just do very slight nerfs. So there's looking down the battle line. I was pretty happy with that. I just love the look of all of these monsters. There's that. I don't even like that Bretonnian monster in here. I need to get another one, but I have to go buy more models. So we go to Ogre's turn 1. And I have to admit, we're talking right now. Both of us are looking at this matchup saying, I think the Beast Herds have this. There's not many models on the table for the Ogres. And I'm looking at it saying, I just like my matchups. I like them a lot. And I have him totally out-chaffed. He has me out-magicked. Range is whatever. Yeah, so anyway, let's play the game. So he moves up like that. Over here, this is where I realized I made my mistake. All these units on my left are outside of leadership and reroll. So he just pushes through. I don't know if this was shooting or magic or what, but kills the Razor Tusk, forcing panic tests all around, but they all pass. So I think those mongrels were fine, but the Chariot had a real good chance of failing. I think in Magic he actually pushed through -1 leadership. I think his Frost Mammoth has a bound spell, which is like the Lore of Heavens or Path of Heavens signature item. Anyway, so he's like on leadership 6, but he passed it. He doesn't care. We go to Beast Herds turn 1. This is where I think there's a huge flaw with those saber-toothed tigers, and that is they don't cause fear anymore, and they still can't use the general's leadership or reroll. So they're low leadership, and if you have a terror causer, you just charge him. He had to take a terror test. Of course, he ran. Boom, he's out of the game. I think that's a major, major flaw with those guys. Otherwise, I'm pushing my small units of mongrels up just to act as speed bumps. Reposition just a little bit. I'll do this one. This guy failed his frenzy test, so he had to try a charge, and he failed it. So whatever. This is the far left. Again, I'm just hiding the spellcaster. I want to bring up this spear unit just to be in the flank of something at some point. I don't know if they really have a purpose. We go to Ogre Khans turn 2. Not a whole lot else happened on the beast turn. So yeah, he charges the Sabertooth on the left into a unit of mongrels, the flank. I think he's hoping that everybody just holds up right there, or that somebody flees and sitting right in front of my units. For the most part, I'm not worried about it. He backed up actually, which kind of surprised me. That unit on the right. So now my monsters. I don't know why I held back so much with them. Obviously, I was worried about them getting charged. I didn't want them to be able to charge past my stuff into like a giant or something. But whatever. So we get to shooting or magic. I don't remember what did this, but he killed a couple of Minotaurs. You expected him to take some losses. And then after combat, yeah, I don't know. He won. I was steadfast. I reformed. Go to Beast Herds turn 2. I'm liking my position. I fly the Jabberwock all the way behind him. If you look at the top right, I've got my monsters all around his flanks. I think the topmost giant is out of his line of sight, so I was able to get him closer. The other giant, again, I was worried about him just getting the charge off on him. The giants at toughness 5 aren't really that resilient when he comes in with, 18, 19 attacks. Strength 4. I mean, plus impact hits. I mean, I really think if he gets a charge off on any of these monsters, he kills them or gets them down to like a single wound or something. So while they're fantastic in support, they're not meant to go mono e mono. My centaur character shoots his bolt thrower and kills a single mercenary. And then after combat, this was a little bit concerning at first. We broke the saber-toothed tiger. I was really hoping we'd kill the thing, but we didn't, and we're right in front of my lines. But the good news is the mongrels aren't in front of my lines, so if I want to charge with this wild horn unit, I can charge the saber-tusk. He has to flee, and then I can do something again. Of course, it's the end of Beast Turd's turn, so hopefully he'll continue to flee and just get out of my way. We got Ogre's turn 3. So on the left, he says, I've had enough of this. He charges the mercenaries and the frost mammoth into the small unit of mongrels. I think he has a pretty good chance of winning that. The saber-tooth continues to flee off the left. The first one, by the way, ran off the board a long time ago. He turned his bull unit, his tribesman unit on the top right, to face my Jabberwock. And I thought that was interesting because when I put my guy there, I'm not looking to go in solo against him, so heck, I could just fly, dance around, just totally ignore him. So I wasn't worried about that. And I could be wrong. I'm squinting to see that picture. It's small as I'm recording this. I think they turned. I don't know. Whatever they did. There's that. Yeah, these bulls tried to charge the minnows. I was okay with that. I think the minotaurs win that. The problem I'm having, though, is I don't have an upgrade, so I'm base initiative 3. He's initiative 2, but because of the Iron Fist granting him the +1 initiative, we strike at the same time. Makes a huge, well, I don't know if it makes a huge difference, because I think if I do all the wounds I think I'm going to do, he's still going to probably have all his attacks. So maybe it's not as big of an issue as I was thinking during the game. So anyway, but he failed that, which I thought was nice. After combat, yeah, easily killed the mongrels, looks like that. And we go to Beastman turn 3. So at this point, again, I'm thinking this whole game, I think I just have him absolutely wasted. I think it's just a bad list matchup. I think he built a list for 8th edition, and it needs to be tweaked a little bit for 9th. I think he would probably agree. So instead of delaying one more turn, I was like, screw it, let's just go in and see what happens. I've got this big unit of wild horns supported by 2 fighty characters. He can't character wall me anymore, and I have to say going into this that he didn't realize that. That's one rule that he had not noticed. But going in is a really chancy thing. If I beat him, I overrun, hit the flank of the man-eaters or the mercenaries, game over. Nice playing you. If this unit holds, then he's going to countercharge that unit with the mercenaries and the frost mammoth, probably destroy the big unit of wild horns with my general and BSB, and then it not only is it like I was going to say it's not a fun game again. The advantage swings in his favor a lot. Keep in mind, all game long, I'm thinking the advantage is very, very strongly in my favor. So instead of chaffing them up, I just go ahead and charge them. I bring all the monsters over to support should they need to in a couple turns. It looks like that. And after combat, it looks like that. Oh, shoot. It didn't work. Let's see what happened. I killed one of his level 2s. Another level 2 is still there. He threw all his characters in here before. Yeah, and then, I'm able to go against rank and file. I'm strength 4, he's toughness 4. We're re-rolling, hitting on 3s, re-rolling to hit, and wounding on 4s, and we just fluffed our to wound rolls. Just rolled a lot of 1s, 2s, and 3s. Did relatively few wounds to him. I won by 2, and he easily stuck. So that's interesting. I think I was in a challenge between my Beast Lord and his Battle Standard Bearer, and yeah, it just actually didn't go very well. My guy at 4 attacks, strength 6 because of the Beast Banner, re-rolling failed rolls to wound. I mean, they had a lot going for him, but my opponent just made all his saves. And then on the right, oh, I got to go back. I'm sorry, going back again. There we go. Look at the top. So I charged my Jabberwock into his tribesman unit. I don't love that matchup. I just wanted to see what would happen. Like, okay, well let's. I mean, he has way too many attacks. This guy's only toughness 5. I don't think it's wonderful odds, but my original plan was to fly him in front of him, just use him as a sacrificial unit and redirect. So anyway, so they beat the heck out of him, and he decided to go ahead and overrun and get those points. And of course, he runs faster than my guy because I have Swift Stride and he doesn't, and that's just the way it goes. So we countercharge Mercenaries and Frostmammoth into that unit. This is going to be ugly. That is not how these guys are supposed to be played. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. And afterwards, not only does he just demolish them, but then he overruns and his bull's going to charge to my Minotaurs. Darn it. It's Tri-Spinner got to come in, swing at the same time. We'll both do a lot of wounds, but... Well, I'm sorry, we're not swinging at the same time because the Frost Mammoth, if it's within 6 inches, makes you -3 initiative. So he's going to strike first, and that's just going to be ugly. This is the dead pile, by the way. That's how he just... I don't know why it was so much fun. It really was just pulling these models off. I had so many attacks coming in, and so many of them high strength. Just obliterated that unit. Anyway, so we go to Beast Herds turn 4. I'm like, all right, screw it, let's go. So I take the unit of Mongrels on the left, and I charge the flank of the Mercenaries. I'm like, I got to charge a flank of Banner. I'll have a couple ranks. He'll have a Banner, and he's got 2 guys attacking me. If I could beat those guys, it'd be a sweet, sweet moral victory. Wouldn't be a bad chunk of points either. Might be fun. And again, I'm circling the monsters around because his units were all out of line of sight because the way I positioned these guys assumed that he wouldn't beat that unit and overrun like he did because I was way too optimistic. So there's that action shot there. And yeah, that didn't go as planned at all. It didn't go at all. The Minotaurs did nothing to the unit of Bulls because there's nobody left to swing, like maybe 2 guys. The Mongrels just bounce off the Mercenaries. Instead of pursuing him, he just reforms to charge my monsters. And now he just gets to pick these guys off one at a time. Very well played. He charges my Gortak with his Mercenaries. He charges the rear of one giant with his unit that was on the hill. Yeah, Gortak cannot stand up to that. He is not meant for that kind of abuse. So, as my opponent's just thrashing me, I take a moment to start taking pictures of this guy. I like this model. I like how he's painted. He's got a tattoo on his chest. I'm going to repaint that little totem that he's holding at some point. Overall, I like it. Okay, so back to the action. So he goes in this guy, and my giant has 1 wound left. Because my opponent uses dice to count wounds remaining. That's how I play it when I play him. Yeah, so this giant's going to die real soon. These guys just slap that Gortak. Just slap him silly. So we go to Beast Herds turn 5. Yeah, some of the units on the left I just move away because why not? But I decide just to throw stuff in here and see what can happen. So we've got a giant, a chariot, and the centaur character going into this frost mammoth. He's taken some wounds. I can't see the die, and I can't remember. He's going to choose to swing at the centaur character just to kind of get the points. And after combat, yeah, he kills him. I think we won combat, but not by very much. He sticks and allows for all these counter charges. Yeah, so the chariot's going to die. This giant's easily going to die. And actually, he doesn't. He survived 1 round of combat. You see the other giant's dead now. He survived a round of combat, but what does it matter? Because, yeah, he's eventually going to go. And, yeah, so, yeah, it turned south really quickly when I gave up the game plan and charged in the unit solo. The way my list is built is they're 2 pretty threatening units, but even the Minotaurs and the Wildhorns, as threatening as they are, they're really still not great one-on-one, especially against my opponent where his whole army is divided into only 3 units. Or I guess 4 units if you count the... Oh, I killed the Frost Mammoth. That's pretty cool. Forgot about that. Anyway, so he's going to be a lot more dense than I am. So I've got to get multiple units in combat at the same time, and by being too aggressive and allowing him to attack my units one at a time, I just handed the game right over to him. But that's okay. Yeah, a lot of fun. We both agreed that if we played this game again, I think my list is going to take his list. I think he needs to revisit it, and the next time you see us play, he'll have a different strategy going on. Not that he needed it for this game. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has a variety of functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like or comment on the video, you can favorite it, you can share it, and of course you can subscribe to the channel. And I encourage you to do any or all of those things as a way of interacting between viewer and producer. As always, I appreciate your patronage on the channel and wish you all the best.